It's October 26, 2023. This is KYN Live. I'm Tyler Hyrchuk, and my guest this week probably knows more about the Tennessee Titans than you do. And he has a successful second career in the making, doing reaction videos on Instagram. He's the co-host of the Titans Coliseum podcast and the Fuel for Growth podcast. That's two podcasts. Count them. It's Leonard Firestone. How you doing, Leonard?
Doing good, Tyler, man. Thank y'all for having me here, man. It's an honor and a privilege.
Of course. We'll take Leonard at home. We'll take him in transit. We'll take him wherever we can get him.
Yes.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to do the KYN 7, so 7 of the top news stories of the week that are stupid, funny, or weird, and I'll get your reactions. I'll ask you some questions. How does that sound?
Sounds good. Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm ready, man.
Let's do it. All right. So, and everybody else out there, please send in your super chats to get your questions or statements read on the air. And if you don't want to donate through YouTube or you can't catch the show live, go to kynchat.com and you can leave a question or statement anytime that we'll read on the air. All right, story number 7, Joel, hit me. Reported by Insider. There's an international student from Vietnam, 19-year-old Valerie Du, and she applied to study at Miami University in 2021 and was super excited to live in sunny Florida. Now, she got her acceptance letter, so she was accepted, but there was a tiny problem. What do you think the problem was? What did she discover in her acceptance letter from Miami University?
Oh, man. Oh, man, that can be a million things. What could be wrong with her acceptance letter? It could have been addressed like it was to her, but not technically to her, the wrong name on there.
Interesting. So somebody else got accepted on her behalf.
So like they sent it, yeah, but then maybe like the mailing post says her name, but then when you open it up, the rest of the name is not what her name is in there.
Right, like congratulations, Leonard Firestone, you're going to Miami University.
Yeah, and like, oh, this is not me at all. Okay, yeah, correct.
So she had intended to apply to the University of Miami in Coral Gables, Florida, but she got accepted at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio.
Oh, so completely different.
Yep, and we got pictures here too. So,
shit.
That's not Florida, clearly. But
No.
and people were like blasting her online, like, "You idiot! How can you screw that up?" But I mean, seems like she's making the best of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, and if you're not from here, you can clearly make that. That's an easy mistake to make. You know what I'm saying? Getting excited, you just see Miami, you just go to that. But like you said, man, she's making the best of the situation too. Look like she's still having fun, making a joke of it to turn into irony and to humor. So, man, it's awesome. It's funny. It's great.
Absolutely. I used to teach. I lived in Thailand for a few months, and I taught English. And one of my grade 12s, his life goal was to go to the University of Mississippi, and I never understood why. I was like, that university specifically? So who knows?
Yeah, like what made that one jump out? That's random as hell just to jump out. Like, yeah, I mean, what did you ever figure out why he wanted to do that? Like, was it a person that went there? He heard it before, saw it on a T-shirt from somebody before. What sparked it?
I think he consumes a lot of American media and stuff, and a lot of rap and hip hop. So maybe he thought that he'd get into the hip hop community, going to university. But I'm like, there's Atlanta, there's Georgia, man.
Yeah, true, touche. Yeah, that's kind of odd there.
Yeah. Anyways. I don't know if he went to Mississippi or is back in Thailand, but moving on to story number 6. This one's reported by the Metro. There's a man in Brisbane, Australia, also a place I lived, named Alejandro Rios, who cycles between home and work every day. And every day, as he's biking home from work, he has to endure abuse from one of the local residents. What kind of abuse do you think that Alejandro deals with daily while biking home from work?
Oh, shoot. Got to be something ridiculous, right? Got to be something that you just wouldn't. What, like public nudity, maybe mooning on something like that? I don't know.
Interesting. There is usually one of these 7 sins that has to do with some sort of genitalia. This is not that, no. We have a video here. He gets dive bombed by birds.
Ay, hueputa. Ay. Míralo, míralo. Se paro. Lo voy a poner uno maldito.
What? No.
So when I was there, I if I'm not mistaken, those are magpies, and they're super territorial, especially around like nesting mating season. So it was very common for that to happen over there.
Yeah, I see you wear a helmet over there, not because you might get an accident on the bike, just to protect it from the birds coming to get you. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Exactly. And he said he was worried the first time the bird attacked, but now he expects it, and he kind of like laughs over it. So that's good.
Yeah, he already knows what it can do, and it don't feel like nothing. You're just gonna peck at this. Yeah, no, but that's crazy. I'd have been freaked out the first time too. It's like, man, am I in Crow? What scary movie did I just jump into? Man, that'd be terrifying.
Oh yeah. Reminder, guys, get in your super chats to have your question or statement read on the air. And if you can't catch the show live, go to kynchat.com, leave a contribution at any time, and we'll read your question or statement on the next show. And there's a very slim to none chance that I'll tattoo the statement or question on my body somewhere. We're still working on the detail. No, I'm not going to do that. On to story number 5, reported by the Toronto Sun, one of our local papers up here. There's a man in Poland who found a way to get into a department store and stay past closing time undetected, allowing him to shoplift jewelry and clothes as well as steal cash. What did the guy do to go undetected until the store closed?
And what, did he hide in like the bathroom ceiling tiles and waited till they was closed?
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty sneaky. This involved a lot less work.
Okay.
So little work, it's basically just him standing still. He stood in the store window pretending to be a mannequin.
No.
Yeah. And it worked for a while, apparently. Like, he went to various stores and shoplifted after they closed.
Wow.
But eventually his luck ran out after he was spotted by a security guard, and he's been charged with burglary and theft and faces up to 10 years in prison.
Oh my god. That's evil genius level like 100. That's impressive, but yeah, 10 years ain't worth it. It is not worth it whatsoever. No.
Well, I mean, I heard that the prisoners in Poland, their vision is based on movement. So if he just stands still in jail, he won't get in trouble. No, I'm kidding.
He should be good at that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He should be able to. He got the mannequin challenge down pat. He's good.
Oh, man. On to story number 4, reported by the Metro. Now, sometimes you hear stories where somebody claims that they've seen the image of like a famous or iconic character on an everyday item. Like somebody saw Jesus on a piece of burnt toast, or there was a potato chip supposedly shaped like Elvis. So there's this woman named Maria Cristalli who was out for a walk in the woods in Seattle, Washington, and she came upon a moss-covered tree trunk that reminded her of a certain famous television character. You showed the picture, Joel. Who do you think she thought this looked like?
Oh, Homer Simpson for sure.
There you go. That's
great.
Oh, there's a point for you, graciously given to you by our producer Joel. I totally see it.
Oh, absolutely. Out there in Seattle, they go through the woods. They got the big old evergreens too. Then stumbling across that, that's a great little image to come across, just witnessing Homer Simpson in the middle of the forest.
It's beautiful. I'm trying to think if there's anything else exciting about that story, but it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, man, I got to figure out where that tree is now. I got to go see it for myself.
Hell yeah.
I do. I got to go get a picture next to it.
Maybe like Seattle, Washington, their tourist like numbers would just skyrocket if people found out where this tree was.
Maybe so. I mean, you know, they do like in Seattle they do rock stacking out there. So sometimes you'll be walking by the creek and you'll see a bunch of rock statue or stacking sculpture stuff, and you can come across them, and that stuff's pretty cool as well. So you come across that and a Homer Simpson tree, that's a double win, man.
Oh, love it. I love it. On to story number 3, reported by the Detroit News. So Michigan State University had to apologize last weekend for a pregame trivia segment that they did on the video boards at Spartan Stadium just before the MSU football game against number 2 Michigan. Now, the trivia game was asking fans to guess the birthplace of famous people, and one in particular did not go over very well. Joel, do not show the picture yet. This is a very famous person. Who was the famous person featured in the trivia game where the university had to apologize?
Spoiler alert, I think I know this one because I think I had to cover this one with everything that was going on in sports and the news came across, but I'm pretty sure it was Hitler, right?
Yes. Show the picture now,
Yes.
Joel, please and thank you. There we go.
Yes.
I would argue, though, that that's kind of a trap question because everyone would say Germany, but he was born in Austria.
I mean, true, but why even have him answer in the first place?
Everybody knows him, I guess.
That's just such poor taste. Who thought this was a good idea, and then who heard the idea and signed off on it? Was like, yes, I agree. Let's do this. They're definitely not gonna get this. No, what?
Well, I also love that there was probably some intern somewhere Googling pictures of Adolf Hitler on their work computer and then being like, nah, he looks too nice in that one. Oh, no, this is good. He's in his shorts. This isn't a good picture.
Trying to figure out the least threatening picture you can find.
Non-threatening pictures of Hitler.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, what are you doing? Oh, just looking up pictures of Hitler.
Oh, your search or browser history is screwed now. Whoever had to find those pictures.
Oh, man. So now MSU said that the trivia game is run by a third-party contractor. So they apologized, said they would cut ties with the contractor, and that it's not representative of their institutional values.
But I mean, that ain't that they're always their excuse though. Ain't they gotta find somebody to that's not there, throw blame on them. Come on, we all know it was a student. Let's not play. We know it was a student.
Probably.
Third party contractor. That's an intelligent way of saying student.
That's just like, do you remember that news story years ago where a plane had gone down and they were like, we have the names of the pilots? Do you remember that one? And it was, I think it was a Chinese flight. Yes. And they read off the names and they were all like terrible, like Bang Ding Ow or like We Too Low. And I'm like, how did you let that get to air?
I don't know how, but I'm kind of glad in that situation they did because that was hilarious to see that come across the screen. I know that's a tragic moment, but that was hilarious that got through just to show like how little research they did. They was just quick to throw that up there. Nobody read that out loud at all.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Final reminder, guys, get in your super chats to have your question or statement read on the air or go to kynchat.com. Leave a contribution at any time, and we'll read your question or your statement on the next show, or maybe I'll get it tattooed on my body. Still figuring that out. On to story number 2, reported by the Daily Herald. So there's a candidate looking to get elected to a school board in Everett, Washington, maybe around that Homer Simpson tree, named Charles Mr. Jr., and they submitted a candidate statement in the local voters pamphlet. But based on the statement, they're probably pretty unlikely that they'll win. What was the issue with the statement? And keep in mind, this is a seat for a school board, and I'll give you a hint. Hitler is not involved at all.
Well, I'm glad for that hint. Okay. It can be so many wrong things, but I can imagine it being a phrase on there that they put that was definitely might have meant something else, but came across in a very creepy, inappropriate way for running for school board.
Interesting. Sure. Could be something inappropriate, something creepy. Yeah. I get that. Let's just throw up the picture, Joel, and see if Leonard can figure it out. Anything popping out at you?
No, not so far. What?
All of the spelling mistakes. Giving me opportunity to be a board member. I will make our children's future my priority. I want to bring out teachers to create quality learning environments that's only the teaches and prance. Their future depends on the choices we make, and their future is our decisions. We will build a better future together. Will everything that has a card, maybe he's a fan of Cardi B, a card the past year, we need to come together and assess the need of our students. And he spelled teachers right the second time, I guess.
Who let? Oh my God, man! Yeah, you're definitely not getting a job now. If you can't spell, how you gonna teach my kids to spell? How are you even gonna say anything ever? That's gonna be the comeback, man. Shut up! You can't even spell right. I know you ain't talking. What are you talking about? That's no, that's an epic failure.
Can you throw that picture back up, Joel, for a sec, please? Master's degree in criminology, bachelor's degree in psychology. So community service, no information. Elected experience, no information. Was a police officer. I guess you don't need to read or write for that. And he was a board of directors on a community health center. Well, also the fact his name is Charles Mr. Jr. That sounds like the fakest fucking name.
It truly does. It truly. It sounds like a cartoon name. It sounds like the name of a cartoon principal for Loud House, bro. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh boy. On to our first and, well, technically last and final story, but it's story number 1. You may know this one too then with your background. Reported by the new KYN advertiser. Last week, there were pictures surfacing all over social media of people huddling together in front of a restaurant in New Canaan, Connecticut. And supposedly Taylor Swift and her boyfriend Travis Kelce were in town, and they were having lunch at this restaurant. Now, apparently Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who are friendly with the couple, live nearby. So everyone was like, it has to be them. They must have been there, and then they went to this restaurant. So dozens of people kept showing up. And we've got pictures of the crowds of people all waiting to see the couple. Now, what did they actually see at the restaurant? Do you know?
I do not know.
Ooh,
I have been avoiding this type of information. No, not like that way, but I don't know nothing about Taylor Swift. So, oh man, I would take it that they didn't see them because I would not.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be a story if they didn't. If they saw
they
them.
got to see who they got to see, right? Who would it actually? I don't know. Maybe they just saw Ryan Reynolds and somebody else. That's not nothing spectacular either. But I mean, maybe it's just they saw Ryan Reynolds and somebody else, and it wasn't Taylor and them at all.
So, well, I'm gonna have Joel put up the picture, and I want you to guess what it is, what they saw.
Oh God!
Literally that.
Oh shit!
So, supposedly the town is having their 7th annual Scarecrow Fest, and so they were like, "Yeah, they're totally here," and then they dropped this.
So they made a scarecrow of the couple. This is so crazy. I've never seen something take off this much like this and so quickly. It's great. I even saw a clip of a dude the other day who I think he was in Kansas City. And he's like, "Is this happening in anybody else's?" And he saw like Kansas City shirts, and it says like "Go Taylor's boyfriend" and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my God, what is going on? So no, I haven't been paying attention to that. I didn't even know that happened. I know people have been following them around left and right though, every step and every move they take.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, he has at least come out and been like, "Guys, can you chill like with her? Like she's cool and all, but like it's about football, not about who I'm seeing."
Yeah. Man, they was even taking pictures of this man washing his car the other day, and they was like, "Must mean Taylor's coming into town." I was like, "Dang, dude can't even wash his car now? Like, dude, chill."
Maybe he parked under a tree and it was covered in shit.
It's like, man, I mean, maybe, you never know. But it's like, man, they just jump to speculations real quick and get upset when she's not at games.
Yeah, exactly. I think right after this, I'm actually going to search pictures of Taylor Swift, of Travis Kelce washing his car. I'll need to search that a lot to get rid of the searches where I was searching for tasteful pictures of Adolf Hitler on my computer.
Yeah, you definitely gonna have to watch out now. The FBI is definitely watching you. They are on to you, sir. Clear the browser history.
To be clear, I have no affiliation with MSU, and I was not a part of that trivia game. Thank you so much. That was story number 1. I'd like to thank our guest, Leonard Firestone. Leonard, tell everybody what's going on in your world. Where can they find you? What do you got going on?
Yeah, y'all can find me on Leonard Firestone on all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Fuel for Growth podcast airs every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Titans Coliseum podcast airs. We go live on Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time, and then we also have reactions after games, and usually on Mondays as well. You can follow me on Facebook and TikTok to check out my reaction videos as well. And like I said, it's at 1L Firestone or Leonard Firestone on all platforms, man. Tyler, thank y'all for having me here, man. It was a lot of fun, man. These stories was definitely intriguing. I wasn't expecting them except the one, and then the 2 he helped me out on.
Yeah, so 2 for 7, that ain't bad. It's not bad at all. And I do believe there was no like dick or butt stuff this week, Joel. So Jimmy's slacking with these stories.
I see you like your little Florida S type stories, huh? You like those type of stories that's all crazy. You never know what's going to happen.
The Florida man stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, that'll do it for KYN Live. Tune in next Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern for more news stories that are totally real but totally ridiculous. Joel, hit that button. Until then, thank you from myself, from Leonard. Bye.